your mind's reaction is doing nothing for you. Here's the law, the love and attraction. I'll show you what I can do.
Okay guys, here we are again in the garden of the Savo, and it's time to harvest some dandelion just to top up our stocks. Dandelion's really helpful sort of plant around the garden. We use the roots to make dandelion coffee, and we also use the leaves in our salads as well. Now these plants also border our gardens, and we make dandelion tea out of the leaves as well. There's some really good medicinal properties in the dandelion, and as you can see around the garden, we have dandelions in just about every bed. They're such a prolific grower, and they're also a very beneficial plant. Now what Bev's doing now, she was just finding the sprayer and getting it out of the way, because unbeknownst to most people, she has really powerful water divining qualities. She's able to hit them with a fork at any given time.
Thanks, Mike.
You can see here the dandelions come up very easily, and these are the roots that we turn into coffee. There's some very healthy specimens. Now once we harvest the dandelions, you usually just trim off the roots and put them in the bucket. We'll save those to wash a little bit later on. And with the leaves of these particular dandelions that we're harvesting now, we'll use these as chop and drop around the garden, because I don't think we'll be needing that much lettuce for dinner. Now, Bev just usually chops them all up and lays them down where we've got the dandelions from. And if they've got any flowers or dandelion thistles on them, then they'll go out and about and create more dandelions for us and be self-generating. Now, with the long taproots on the dandelions, they actually bring up a lot of nutrient from deeper down in the soil and provide a very welcome boost for the plants that are surrounding them. Yep.
We use a pitchfork so it doesn't damage the soil so much and kill all the worms and bug life that we find. Usually when we're uncovering, we'll find some really decent sized worms. So you can see there's quite a few in there. So the dandelions just keep the moisture in the soil. So they're basically a living mulch.
Guys, just in from the garden with a nice fresh haul of dandelion roots. Now, these ones have got to be washed a little bit more, but you can see the roots and how they look, and how they're a very long, beautiful taproot. So with these ones today, we'll be just washing them, getting rid of the last bits of the dirt off them, chopping them up, and then sticking them in the dehydrator. And tomorrow, after they've been in the dehydrator, we'll roast them in the oven for about 20 minutes. And the smell that goes through the house is just beautiful. It smells like rich chocolate all through the house. Really great. I love the dandelion coffee. So I'll just get some water in there. Make sure the plug's in, and we'll give them a good wash. You can see all the dirt coming out of them there. And you can see the roots becoming a little bit whiter as we keep washing them. Okay, they're all nice and washed now, so we'll take them out of one side and put them in the other side and give them a rinse. Just to make sure we've got all the last vestiges of the garden out of the roots. As you can see there, they come in all different shapes and sizes. Okay, now we'll just start feeding them into the food processor, just to chop them right down into little bits and pieces. So when they dehydrate, they can dehydrate really, really well and get ready for the roasting. There's nothing technical about this. You just got to feed them in till they fit, then turn it on and give it a chop. And that's about all you need to pulse it up and to get it small enough to go on the dehydrator tray. And we just take it out of the food processor and tip it onto the dehydrator tray. And we'll spread that out around about half to a centimetre thick. And just all over the tray. Okay, now we've got our dandelion out of the dehydrator. You can see it's all crispy there on the sheet. We'll just transfer it to this ready-made pizza pan for roasting in the oven. Now we'll roast in the oven on about 180 degrees for around about 10 minutes. And the whole house will fill with a lovely chocolate smell. Now, the darker the roast, the better you end up with the coffee. So. As you can see, that's considerably darker than when it went in. So what we do now, we put it in the NutriBullet, blend it down to a powdery sort of substance, and then we will make a dandelion coffee. Now, to make your dandelion coffee, you just have 1 to 2 teaspoons of the dandelion powder. Into the coffee plunger. And top up with boiling water. And here we have some nice dandelion coffee being poured out. Now you can have this just neat, or with milk, or add a bit of sugar, or whatever you taste.